am walking towards the Paramount show, and I'll let you know what movies I find for us and what is up with it. So stay tuned. We heard the sound of marching. We heard the sound of a chariot. And then the lights went down. When they came up, the CEO of Paramount was in a chariot with spearmen marching around the auditorium. They rolled up onto stage, and then he dismounted, took off his helmet, the spearmen walked away, and he talked to us about the upcoming Paramount slate. It was amazing. Paramount Pictures, you've done it again. Movie Heroes. Paramount Pictures is bringing you amazing content, and we'll get to see it right here at Yosemite Cinema. Before I tell you about what Paramount showed us, here's what they announced that's coming up in the future. A new installment of Scary Movie comedy franchise, a live R-rated adaptation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, G.I. Joe and Transformers crossover film, a Bee Gees biopic directed by Ridley Scott, Star Trek Origins, The Running Man remake by Edgar Wright and starring Glenn Powell, the Naked Gun remake starring Liam Neeson, an original horror film called Vicious starring Dakota Fanning, and in an odd twist, a new musical from South Park creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone with music from Kendrick Lamar, Paw Patrol 3, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem sequel, and Aang the Last Airbender. So those are all things that are coming up. Those are things that we didn't even see yet. So they have a great lineup for us. John Krasinski came onto the screen to thank us for what we did for the Quiet Place franchise in the world by watching it, showing it in our theaters, and he wanted to announce Quiet Place Day 1. He then announced two superstars that came onto the stage, Lupita Nyong'o, and of Stranger Things fame, who played Eddie, Joseph Quinn. We got to see an extended clip of the movie, and it was heart-pounding and terrifying. It takes place in one of the noisiest places in the United States, maybe even the world, New York City. And of course, the creatures hunt by sound. So this does not bode well when they land. We were also able to see a clip from the new John Krasinski movie that Ryan Reynolds stars in, entitled If. That stands for Imaginary Friend. And the movie is about what happens to imaginary friends when kids stop believing in them and how they can no longer see them. It's about a little girl who wants to be able to give them new homes and help them find their way back to being loved, along with Ryan Reynolds and his hilarity. Krasinski made this for his children, though, so it's definitely family friendly. Chris Hemsworth and Brian Tyree Henry walked out on stage after that and talked to us about the new animated Transformers movie called Transformers One. Chris voices Optimus Prime, and Brian voices Megatron. Scarlett Johansson also voices a character and came onto the screen to talk to us about it. We got to see an extended clip of the movie, and it surprised me in such a good way. It connected emotionally and had amazing animation and told the story of young Optimus Prime and Megatron before they were enemies, and explained how they got to be where they are today. It connects to the heartstrings, it has the amazing magic of superb animation and a breathtaking landscape and story, and I can't wait for it. By the way, Jim Carrey is back in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. We got to see his entire little capsule he travels in was filled with junk food, and he spins around in his chair. He has a big old belly, and he pats it, then shaves his head, and with his giant mustache and his big belly, he looks just like the Dr. Robotnik of the games. And he's just hilarious. He's looking good as ever. And he once again shines in this, and so I'm so excited to see it. It's about them waking up Shadow the Hedgehog and his fight against Sonic. We then got to see 5 minutes of Gladiator 2, and let me just say, I don't think you're ready for this. We were definitely not ready. It's that good. It takes place 24 years after the first film and stars Joseph Quinn, Pedro Pascal, and so many more. The scenes that we saw were basically the biggest budget you could ever imagine in quality. The acting was phenomenal, and the music score was breathtaking. This is one of those movies that's going to stand iconically in history, just like the first one did. I'm so excited about these upcoming films and to share them with you. So thank you, movie heroes. Like and subscribe to our Instagram and Facebook, and download our Yosemite Cinema app. You can buy food, tickets, and sign up for our unlimited movie watching subscription. It's the coolest thing south of Yosemite.